go. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to mute everyone. All right, and let's get started in child's pose, please. So just find a kneeling position to start out. And then from there, bring your forehead down somewhere to rest. So if your mat feels a little far away today, it's still really early, you can put your forearms under your forehead. You can use a couch cushion, a blanket, a sweatshirt. You're at home, so you can build yourself a little nest if you'd like. And then just find a comfy position. So you can spread your knees out wide, start to feel for a gentle stretch in your hips that way. You can also press your knees close together. You'll start to feel for a gentle stretch along your lower back lumbar spine. That can feel really, really nice. Arms can go out in front of you, palms face down, or you can send them back by your hips, palms face up. And just wherever your arms landed, bend your elbows enough so your forearms are totally on your mat. That way your shoulders can just relax. You're not braced for impact in any kind of way, and allow yourself to get really soft, really heavy. Close your eyes, let whatever's around you begin to drift away. And for the next hour, start to get a little more interested in what's going on inside of you. This practice is a moving meditation. And just like in a seated meditation, thoughts, sensations, feelings, sounds might try to pull your attention away. See if you could just keep coming back to your breath and allow yourself to really take in all of those sensory details. We don't want to push anything away. You don't want to push away sensations or feelings or sounds. Bring it all into your meditation. So if you're outside, maybe you can hear some birds. If you're inside, maybe you hear your roommate in the next room. Just kind of notice, become aware. This whole idea of meditation, you get to take a step back, become a watcher, become a witness to your life, to everything going around, because the truth is you are not your body or your thoughts or your reactions to things. You are something deep and still and silent beyond that. So it's almost like you can take a step back, watch your life unfolding like a movie. You learn to be a lot more responsive rather than reactive that way. And you get to really notice what's going on. Notice from an unbiased point of view. You'll learn a whole lot about yourself along the journey. So throughout this practice, I'm going to make a whole lot of invitations, a whole lot of suggestions. There's going to be an opportunity to try on all different kinds of shapes. Take what resonates with you. If something doesn't resonate, leave it be. Can always come back to this child's pose. And as we move through these shapes together, try to get less interested in what they look like. Because at the end of the day, every pose is just a vehicle in which you can have an experience. We don't use the body to get into the poses. We use the poses to get into the body. It's just another path to go inwards. So, yoga is so much more than all those fancy poses you might see on Instagram these days. And you're doing something amazing for yourself. You carved out 60 minutes of your day to practice self-care, and that is incredible, especially with everything going on in the world right now. So just kind of honor that, be with yourself. It's a really sacred time, this time on your mat. Let's start with a breath together. Start to exhale all of your air away. Get empty. Inhale, fill your belly, lower back, rib cage expand. And exhale, HA. Yeah, those breaths release heat, tension from your body. Take them as often as you'd like. You never have to wait for me to cue them. Can connect you back to your breath. Play with them. Maybe try them in shapes you don't normally try them in. And again, always come back to child's pose anytime you need a break. If you need to reconnect with your breath, you just need a moment of centering, of peace. This child's pose is your yoga home base. And then we'll just start by adding in a little bit of gentle movement into your child's pose. So start to crawl your hands forward towards the short end of your mat. Yeah, and keep crawling them so far forward, your elbows, forearms, and wrists release. So tent all the way up on your fingertips. Feel for a stretch through both sides of your body as you keep setting your hips back. Just roll your forehead side to side, little third eye massage. Kind of notice the texture of your mat as it passes along your skin. And in a dreamy sort of way, let that roll trickle down your spine into your hips until it's more of a sweet sweat. And then plant your palms, spread your fingers wide, and with your eyes still closed, slowly push yourself up to all fours, find a tabletop. Feel for stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And inhale, drop your belly, lift your head and tail for cow. Exhale, round your spine, push your mat away for cat. Inhale the cow, try to touch your head to your tail. Feel for a stretch in your throat. And then exhale the cat, hollow yourself out, get as round as you can, and keep taking these on your own. Flow to the rhythm of your own breath. Allow your breath to be your guide, your barometer. Nothing to do, but so much to feel. And when you keep your eyes closed, all of your other senses light up and get involved. So I recommend closing eyes now and as often through practice as you can. And if you've taken a few rounds and there's something else your body is really craving, maybe a C curve or an undulation in your spine, or maybe there's something I can't even describe, there perhaps aren't even words for it, but it's yours. Feel free to explore it. And it's an opportunity to move in ways that feel intuitive to you. So it doesn't have to be the same thing you always do. Maybe you try something new today if that's what your body needs. Every time you step foot on your mat, it really is a different version of you, and it's another opportunity to re-meet yourself every single time. Cool, and then on your next pass through, find a neutral spine. Spread your fingers really wide, tuck your toes. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, send your hips up high towards your first downward facing dog. And then as soon as you get there, find some more free movement. Pedal your legs, shake your head, yes or no, release some tension in your neck, your shoulders. Someone mentioned they were feeling a little tense in those places. We can hold a lot of tension in neck, shoulders, hips, all sorts of places, especially when we're all going through a lot right now. So use this as a diagnostic tool. Notice what's feeling open, but what's feeling tight. Where are all the sticky spots? And then eventually start to find stillness in that big upside down V. We'll clean it up together. Look forward at your hands, set them shoulder width apart. Wrist crease parallel to the front of your mat, middle finger facing forward. Bring your shoulders away from your ears so your neck has a little more space. And then it's subtle, but rotate your upper arms outward. So it's like the inside of your elbow tries to face the front of the room. It's gonna broaden your shoulders. Feet hips width distance apart. That's about 6 to 8 inches for most people. And then bend your knees. Send your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Tilt it forward. Press your heart towards your thighs. Pull a bunch of length out of your spine. Traction your back out. And then just gently let your heels sink back towards your mat to the extent you can keep your spine long. If you notice your lower back is starting to round, just keep your knees bent. Exhale, empty. Inhale, biggest breath of your day. Exhale, HA. Inhale your right leg back. Go for length rather than height. So feel for your leg about halfway up so your hips level off. Flex your toes towards your face. And then inhale, point your toes, lift your legs straight up. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. And do something to really yawn open the right side of your body. So you could take really big circles of your hip, your knee, lubricating your major joints. It can also be nice to let your leg be heavy. Feel a gentle pull from your toe all the way up the right side of your neck. Inhale your leg long, level off your hips. And exhale, just gently come back to downward facing dog. We'll do the other side. So inhale your left leg back. And again, go for length. Try to reach even farther towards whatever's behind you until you feel a big stretch. And then inhale, point your toes, lift your leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, stack your hip, and play and explore and see if this side feels any different. If it does, totally fine. You're a human being. You're not as symmetrical as you look. Just keep your weight even on your two hands so you don't put pressure on one wrist over another. Inhale your leg long, level off your hips, and exhale gently. Kiss your toes down to your mat. Take a bend to your knees. Look forward between your hands. Take a slow walk to the front of your mat. Find your forward fold. And as soon as you get there, bend your knees a lot. Take pressure off your lower back and hamstrings. And allow your top half to just drape over your thighs. Let gravity pull you down. Feel a gentle tractioning in your hamstrings, your lower back. And you'll have choices as you do in every pose. So you can let your arms just hang. Let gravity do all the work. You can also grab for opposite elbows, maybe a gentle sway side to side. Sometimes I like to interlace my hands at my lower back, just for like a little bit of a shoulder stretch. And just breathe into the places that you feel sensation. And then measure out hips width distance between your feet, 2 fists snug between your arches. Inhale, half lift. Bring your hands to your shins, maybe your thighs for the first one. I like to do that the first time. And then bring your weight forward onto the balls of your feet to stack all your joints. Use your hands pressing against your legs to grow even longer. Gather your shoulder blades together, draw them down your back. Feel for the flattest back you can. One more inhale for length. And exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, come forward and up, all the way into your extended mountain pose. When you get there, close your eyes. And you can shift your weight around, left, right, back, forward. And just drop into the moment. What's it like to be right here, right now? In this space, on your mat, in your body. And eventually find a place where you feel centered. I like to imagine my feet have roots connected to them and they're growing down into the earth. Get really earthy. Pull up on your kneecaps to engage your thighs and your tailbone closer towards the ground. It's going to put your pelvis in a neutral position. Grow tall out of your waistband. At the same time, let your shoulders rinse down your back away from your ears. Notice what those two opposing movements feel like. And then flutter your eyes back open. On your next inhale, look up, reach up, maybe back, flight. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. Pause in your plank. It looks like the top of a push-up. And if this is already feeling like a lot, take your knees down. Really great way to build up your body strength. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Tuck your tailbone. We'll set up our flow together. Keep your elbows tight against your wrists. Inhale to shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, untuck your toes, straighten your arms, hips off your mat, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Send your heart towards your thighs. And that's our flow. 2 breaths, 4 movements. You'll find it a lot. Skip it, modify it, make it what you need it to be. Let's put that together a little quicker. So take a bend to your knees. Look forward between your hands. Step or float, top of your mat, forward fold. Set your feet hips width distance. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And this time like a wave, ride your inhale all the way up into your back bend. And as you exhale, let it carry you back down to your forward fold. See if you can make it really fluid. Glide through the movement. Inhale, half lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or lightly hop your feet back. Take yourself through a flow, high to low, up dog to down dog. And then keep going. Take that 2 more times on your own. 1 breath, 1 movement. 2 modified sun salutations. So every inhale you move, every exhale you move again. And as you warm up your body, it's a chance to just move to the rhythm of your breath. And your rhythm is unique. You probably won't move at the same pace as anyone else in this chat. Yeah, and if you're practicing next to someone like a few of you are, allow yourself to fall out of pace. Let this just be about you. And if you're back in down dog after your second one, clean it up again. Send your heart towards your thighs, send your tailbone higher. If you're moving, keep moving. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you're back in down dog and it's available, exhale, drain your lungs. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, HA. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back, heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Bring your biceps up to frame your face. And then set your feet hips width distance apart. So you might need to toe heel right foot a little bit over towards the right to make that happen. Place your back toes towards the top left corner of your mat. So back foot is roughly at a 45-degree angle. From there, think hips towards the front of your space. So left hip forward as you draw your right thigh bone back. But it totally might be more of a feels like than a looks like, and that's amazing. Feel for a stretch across the front of your left hip. That's the sensation that you're going for. And then from mountain pose, from the waist up, it's mountain pose. So grow tall out of your waistband. Let your shoulders melt down your back. Soften your jaw. Inhale, sit low. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, follow your hands down. Step your right foot back. And you flow. And these flows, let them feel good. They're a chance to rinse out, to reset. Remember, you can always skip them if they feel like something to just get through. All right, inhale your left leg back. Exhale with care, step your foot between your hands. Beautiful, Stephanie. Seal your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Yeah, give yourself a moment to set up a firm foundation. You might need to toe heel your left foot a little towards the left. Really press the pinky toe side of your right foot into your mat. Suction your foot onto your mat so you don't collapse on your inner arch. Draw your left hip a little back. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. Maybe close your eyes at the end. And closing your eyes, that's just about trust. Trusting that no matter what's going on, you can hold yourself up on 2 feet with your eyes closed. Yeah, welcome in the shakes and wobbles. That's your bodybuilding muscle memory. You're getting stronger. And then flutter your eyes back open. On your next inhale, look up, reach back. Exhale, release. 2 hands down, step your left foot back, flow it out. And then it's yours again, a chance to move and breathe and explore to your own rhythm. Warrior one, right side and left, 1 breath, 1 movement. How good can you make your practice feel? Perhaps try closing your eyes. And if closing your eyes feels a little scary, a little foreign, a little weird, treat it like an experiment. Try it today. Notice how it changes your experience in the room. And if it's available, exhale, get empty. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, let something go. Nice, take a bend to your knees. Look forward between your hands. Step or float, top of your mat, forward fold. Set your feet hips width distance. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then take a deep bend to your right knee. Place your right hand under your face. Inhale your left arm up for a twist. So then right away, feel for length in your spine. So you might want to tent up on fingertips, maybe use a couch cushion or a block. Walk your hands a little farther away from your toes. And once you've pulled all the length out of your spine that there is to pull, if you'd like to deepen your twist, you can drop your left arm behind your back, grab into your right hip crease for a half bind. Use the grip to roll left ribs back, right ribs forward, but try to really lengthen through your right side body. One more inhale to roll open. And exhale, gentle release. Then take a deep bend to your left knee, place your left hand under your face. Inhale your right arm up for your twist. And again, feel for length. A longer spine is safer to twist. That's why we really take our time here. If you want to deepen the twist, you can take the half bind on this side, but you certainly don't have to. Try to lengthen the left side of your torso. Maybe close your eyes at the end, shin to right shoulder. One more inhale, right shoulder back. And exhale, gentle release. Inhale, hips down, heart up, chair pose. Bring your weight into your heels. Slide your hips back towards the wall behind you or whatever is behind you. So it's like you're trying to get your shins perpendicular to your mat, but as long as you can see your toes, you're in a good spot. Yeah, lift your heart. Feel for a proud chest. It's more of stacking shoulders on top of hips than really leaning forward. And if you notice you're really exaggerating the arch in your lower back, you're sticking your booty out, like we call that duck butt, send your tailbone down towards the ground. It's going to ignite your core muscles so they can support you. Squeeze your arms a little bit straighter. Let your shoulders rinse into their sockets. Inhale, sit low, lift your heart. Exhale, dive, forward, fold, let it go. Yeah, and then how quickly can you go from a lot of work to not so much work? Nothing to do, just be. Maybe add a gentle sway side to side. And then from there, with feet hips width distance apart still, pick up your toes, and you might need to bend your knees to make this happen. Pick up your toes and slide your hands underneath your feet, palms face up, so your toes touch your wrist crease for gorilla. And you can keep your knees as bent as you need to the whole time. Bring your weight a little forward onto the balls of your feet. And from there, just gently begin to lift your hips up, and you might feel a stretch along the backs of your legs. Try to keep your spine really long rather than rounding. And if you're one of those people that has a tendency to jam your knees back, try to keep a little micro bend in your knees and lift your hips even higher. Breathe into the place in your hamstrings, anywhere you feel sensation. You can even move with your breath. Inhales for length, little mini half lifts. Exhales to use the strength of your arms to pull yourself just a little bit deeper. One more inhale. And exhale, unstep your hands. Beautiful. This time, bring your feet together to touch. Squeeze your legs together so you have a really strong supported base. Everything squeezing tight toward midline. Inhale, hips down, heart up, palms press, thunderbolt. So it's a chair pose variation, except everything's squeezing tight, right? So if there's any goal of this pose, make it your arms are really, really straight. So squeeze your arms as straight as they'll go, even if they come lower. Press all 5 fingers to touch. So the more you press your pinkies together, the more you're going to light up your triceps. This is going to really tone your upper arms. Yeah, let your shoulders relax. Inhale, sit low, lift your heart. Exhale, dive forward, fold, let it go. And then if your feet happen to separate, toe heel them back together to touch. We're gonna do a little hamstring stretch, another little hamstring stretch. So this time, bend your knees as much as you need to get your torso on your thighs. Bring your arms behind your legs. Scoop up your heels from the back. All 5 fingers touch, pinkies touch. So if there's any goal of this pose, keep your chest connected to your thighs. So your legs might not straighten. So with chest on thighs, gently begin to lift your hips up as you use your arms to pull. Yeah, and again, keep your chest on your thighs. You might not get very high, but you'll probably feel a lot of sensation in your hamstrings, maybe your back, your hips. Maybe your forehead touches your shins. Breathe wherever you are. One more inhale here, pull. And exhale, gently release your hands. Inhale, half lift, reset, seal it off. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or lightly hop back. Flow it out. Really nice work. All right, find your breath, deep and slow. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale slowly, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. This time peel open, warrior 2. Left arm back, right arm forward. And then allow yourself to get big, to take up a lot of space here. It's one of our more empowering poses. So place your back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Heel to heel or heel to inner arch alignment. Just depends on how your hips are feeling. Mine have been really tight, so I've been doing the heel to heel. And there's this tendency to want to bump your left hip up. Instead, bring your left hip down in line with your right. And there's also this tendency to lean forward. Instead, stack your shoulders over your hips. It's a lot to think about. Yeah, squeeze your left glute even more. It's gonna help open the left side of your front hip. Stack your right knee over your front ankle. So if your knee started to drift to the left, squeeze it to center. Stretch your arms in one long line. Nice, and then look forward to your front hand. Flip your palms skyward. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Feel your right side ribs fan open. So from the waist down, you're still in warrior 2. Don't lose that setup we just created. Left hand can find your left thigh, left calf. If you are gonna wrap it behind your back, go palm face down. Really grab into your hip crease, and it's a place to push away from. So you're gonna deepen the stretch across your right ribs. It's a self-adjustment. Squeeze your right arm just a little straighter. Inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, slow, both hands down. Step your right foot back, and you flow. Yeah, feel your heart open in up dog. Feel your spine lengthen into down dog. Second side, inhale your left leg back. Exhale, slowly step your foot between your hands. It's all core strength stepping through. Nice, seal your back heel down. Inhale, 1. Exhale, glide into warrior 2. Beautiful, Valerie and Michael and Laurel. Really nice transition. And then you don't have to stay right where you landed. Give yourself a moment, a beat or 2 to set it up, to take up space. Yeah, and can you feel so strong and grounded from the waist down? That you're light and buoyant from the waist up. Every pose, we want to find steadiness and ease. Yeah, there's hard work, but there's a quality of sweetness, of lightness. And this yoga does so much. It lubricates your joints, strengthens your muscles, stretches all the connective tissue in your body. Feel it working on you. And then look forward at your front hand. Flip your palms skyward. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale, sweep your arm up and back, reverse warrior. Yeah, really nice. Keep the integrity of your lunge. Beautiful, David. Beautiful, Kate. Make a choice that feels good in your body. And 2 sides can feel very different. You don't have to do the same thing you did on the last side. Think left shoulder a little back, right shoulder a little forward, so your chest faces the side of your space. You can look up at your top hand if that feels okay on your neck. Otherwise, just look back at your back foot or close your eyes. That can be a lovely opportunity. And this pose, it's called Peaceful Warrior 2. Can you channel a little bit of peace in the moment? Inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, slow, cartwheel your hands down, step your left foot back, slow it out. And then it's yours. One last, one breath, one movement of class. Warrior 1, Warrior 2, reverse warrior, right side and left. Close your eyes, go slow. But most of all, allow yourself to just feel. Move in ways that feel good. And if your one breath, one movement looks a whole lot like child's pose, that is such a beautiful choice. And then feel that fully. Allow yourself to get heavy on your mat. Feel your breath moving through you wherever you are. And as you finish, whether you find child's pose, whether you find down dog, come back to your breath, deep and slow. Exhale, drain your lungs. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, let something go again. Nice. From down dog, inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back heel down, pause. And then inhale, power lunge, arms back by your hips, palms face down like airplane wings. Pick your torso up off your thighs. So there's one long line from your back foot through the crown of your head. Pinkies energetically try to find each other, and then let your hands find each other. Interlace your fingers. From there, send your hands low towards your back heel. Feel a tug across the front of your chest, the front of your shoulders. Maybe tilt your head back, little mini back bend. Let it feel good. One more inhale to drag your knuckles down. Exhale, release. Sweep your biceps forward to frame your face. Extended power lunge. Exhale, empty. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, smooth into warrior 2. And then when you get there, straighten your right leg. You can move your back foot in a little bit closer if you'd like. Bump your hips way back to the left, super sassy. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, right hand to your shin, left hand up for triangle. Yeah, and I recommend hand on shin rather than on the floor. It's gonna help you keep a longer torso. So keep bumping your hips back so that you can really grow as long as possible through your torso. Focusing on lengthening the right side of your ribs as well as your left. Feel for stacking left hip on top of right. So scoop your right hip a little under. And if you can see the back of your top hand, that's a really good indicator your arms are in line. Inhale to stretch your arms apart. Exhale, bring your left hand down to frame your front foot. Step your left foot in closer and over towards the left. So you're in a shorter stance and a wider stance for your pyramid. 2 straight legs, fold your torso over your front leg. Yeah, and this is a nice place to use water bottles, some couch cushions, maybe some soup cans if you want to bring the floor up to you. You can move with your breath again. Inhale for length. Exhale to fold. Send your breath into your right hamstring. So in a moment, we're going to go into standing splits. So take a bend in your right knee. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, kick your left foot up for standing splits. And it might look more like standing L shape, totally all good. And you can bend your right leg. I like to bend my right leg and bring my chest to it, really similar to that hamstring stretch we took earlier. Squeeze your left leg straight though. Tuck your chin, feel for a long spine. Yeah, maybe you walk your hands a little closer to your right leg today. Learn to stay calm in the moment. Respond, don't react. One more inhale to kick even higher. Exhale, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Let it go. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me better. All right, so toe heel your feet together to touch so that your legs are zipped up. Inhale, hips down, heart up, palms press, back into thunderbolt. Bring your weight into your heels. This time, drag your hands to heart center. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, lean forward, then twist right. Hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh. When you get there, look down at your knees. Make sure they're in one line. If your left knee is coming forward, just scoot it back. It's going to square your hips so that they don't steal the twist from your spine. You can keep your palms pressed, use them as leverage. You can also part your arms, fly away. Or you can bind, similar to that half bind we took earlier in the twist. One more inhale, right ribs back. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, sit low, lift your heart. Exhale, spill, forward fold, let it go. Yeah, maybe flutter your lips, maybe sway side to side. Barbara, that was beautiful. All right, inhale, half lift, seal it off. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or lightly hop your feet back, rinse it out with a flow. And if you do hop back, hop into low plank with your elbows bent rather than high plank. It's less impact on your joints. Kind of think like shocks on a bicycle. Really want to take care of your joints always. All right, second side. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back, heel down. Inhale, power lunge, arms back by your hips, palms face down. Nice, draw your left hip a little back. Send your tailbone longer. So you're taking the exaggerated arch out of your back again so that your core muscles ignite. Pinkies try to find each other. And then this time, interlace your hands the opposite way. So non-dominant grip. We're going to break all those old ingrained habits. Send your hands low towards your back heel. Open your chest, your heart, your throat. Yeah, maybe tilt your head back. How good can you make this feel? One more inhale. Exhale, release. Extended power lunge. Arms forward to frame your face. So there's one long line from back foot to fingertips this time. Exhale, empty. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, smooth into warrior two. Really nice transitions all around the room. And then straighten your left leg. You can take the shorter stance if that helped you. Bump your hips way back to the right. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, tilt your body down for triangle. Yeah, really nice. And if you have knees that hyperextend, just keep a little micro bend in your front knee. Smart choice, Hannah. It's just going to protect your knee joint. Bring your weight into your heels and then lean back towards whatever is behind you. So it's almost a feeling of falling backwards, but imagine you're flush against a wall right now. Yeah, really nice. Reach your top arm straight towards 12. Send your breath into your left hamstring. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down to frame your front foot. And then take as short and as wide of a stance as you need to get two straight legs. Fold your torso over your front leg. Encourage left hip a little back, right hip a little forward. Looks really good, Joe. Looks great, Nicholas and Daryl, Madeline. And yeah, again, it's a place where you can use a prop if you need to. Props are a really smart thing to use. If you pull up on your left kneecap, engage your left thigh, you'll give your left hamstring a little more space. All right, and then get ready for standing split. So take a bend to your left knee, come up onto the ball of your back foot. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift your right leg up. Nice. And the higher you kick your right leg, the more you're gonna feel it in your left hamstring. Looks so good, Kate. Tuck your chin, feel for a long spine. Awesome, Valerie, awesome, Stephanie. Yeah, maybe today left forearm comes behind your left calf And you use that grip to pull yourself even deeper. If you want an extra balance challenge, maybe 2 hands grip your ankle. Beautiful. One more inhale to kick just a little higher. Exhale, release, forward fold. Nice, Nicholas. Nice, Samantha. All right, toe heel your feet together to touch. Inhale, hips down, heart up, palms pressed, thunderbolt. Again, weight back in your heels, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, lean forward, then twist left. Hook your right elbow outside of your left thigh. Bring your knees in one line. Bring your weight back into your heels. Sit your hips lower than your heart. It's going to lengthen your spine. And remember, a longer spine is safer to twist. Yeah, and then you could fly away. You could bind, yogi's choice. If palms are pressed, stack elbow on top of elbow for maximum leverage. Keep thinking left ribs back. Barrel your chest towards the left side of your space. One more inhale, look up to complete it. And exhale, release. Come back to center. Inhale, sit low, lift your heart. Exhale, spill, forward fold, let it go. Beautiful, Jessa. Nice job. All that work's over. Inhale, half lift, seal it off. Exhale, forward fold. Nice choice, Stephanie. Plant your hands, stepper lightly, hop back, flow it out, and then we're going to slow it down. All right, so from down dog, inhale your right leg back, exhale, bend your knee, stack your hip, move it around, lubricate your joint, and then send your right knee to the outside of your right wrist, right shin across your mat, set up for half pigeon. And take a moment, take the time with the setup. So look back at your left leg, place it straight back from your left hip. It's gonna square your hips. Right knee at an angle outside of your right hip, and then sit up really straight. Pull length out of your spine. Yeah, and if you are gonna go down, just go slow. Try to keep all of that length you just created. And when you do come down, really similar to child's pose, let your forehead rest somewhere. So if your mat is just not happening today, you can rest your forehead on your forearms. You can, again, use a couch cushion, a sweatshirt, a blanket, whatever you have immediately available to you. And then just let go. Sometimes even when we find stillness, we might notice there's still a lot of tension happening. So it can just be a nice practice to scan your body, see if there's anywhere you're holding really tight that you might just soften. Relax your hips, relax your shoulders, unclench your fists, unclench your jaw. And maybe there's some other place you're holding on. Deep inhales, long exhales. And those long, slow exhales, they trigger your parasympathetic nervous system. So they tell your body that you're safe. It's okay to be calm. It's okay to soften into these stretches. If you notice you're holding your breath, that can trigger your fight or flight response, tighten everything up. So if you're unable to smooth your breath out, it might be a sign from your body that you just need to back out of it a little bit. You can come back up onto your hands. Do something to bring the floor up to you. Yeah, figure 4 on your back is a nice choice, Kate. Exhale all of your air away. Inhale, send your breath to your right hip. Exhale, HM. Yeah, Yeah, and then slow, like you're moving through honey. Start to place your hands under your shoulders. Gently lift yourself up. Tuck your back toes, step your right foot back. And you could take yourself through a flow, but you can also do any other transition. Child's pose between pigeon sides can feel lovely. You can cat cow. Just go back to down dog. Please make this practice what you need it to be. Nice, Amrit. All right, second side. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, bend your knee, stack your hip, move it around, find some space. And then send your left knee to the outside of your left wrist, left shin across your mat. And again, really take your time with the setup here. Place your right leg straight back from your right hip. Walk your hands to your hips. Sit up really straight. Find length. Nice. And again, just take your time going down. Beautiful, Nina. Beautiful, Nicholas. Oftentimes, the longer you stay lifted, the deeper you'll be able to get into the shape, just because you have gravity on your side. Nice job. There's no rush. All is well. Yeah, and those AHM. They send this really beautiful vibrational quality through your body. It's kind of like an internal massage. Helps to release tension from the inside out. So maybe you try a few of those, especially if you notice you're holding your breath, or even if you're not, it can just feel so soothing. Feel the floor beneath you. Know that you are held up. And just notice what's happening in your body. Are the sensations changing? Can you feel your breath swirling around inside of your lungs? Maybe energy washing over you. Get curious about what's going on inside of you. And then exhale all of your air away. Inhale, big breath to your left hip. Exhale, HM. And again, just go slow. Start to place your hands under your shoulders. Gently lift yourself up. Tuck your back toes, step your left foot back, and it's an invitation to take your final flow of class. But either way, just meet us back in downward facing dog. And once you get to down dog, it's your last one of class. So use it as a diagnostic again. And remember the first one. What's changed since that first down dog of class? What's open? What's tight? How are you feeling? Has your mental state, your emotional state shifted at all? And then from there, shift your weight forward into a plank. Lower your left forearm onto your mat, then your right forearm onto your mat for forearm plank. So you can keep your arms parallel like number 11s, or you can interlace your fingers. Tuck your tailbone until you feel your core muscles ignite and breathe. You're so much stronger than you think you are. You can hold this shape so much longer than you think you can, but it's so much easier if you're breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, just lower your hips down to your mat, untuck your toes. Set up for Sphinx. So bring your forearms parallel to each other like number 11s. Stack your shoulders directly over your elbows. So your elbows are at perfect 90-degree angles. Yeah, it's a supported back bend. So from there, start to traction your elbows back towards you as you simultaneously pull your heart through. Gather your shoulder blades together, draw them down your back. And a really big part of your lungs live on your back. Send your breath into that space. One more inhale. Exhale, lower your forehead down to your mat. And then bring your left cheek to your mat. Send your hands back by your hips, palms face up. You can let your feet flap open. If you're lower back is talking to you at all, you can shimmy your hips or bend your knees, windshield wipe your legs. Just little ways to release that area of your body. Nice, and then bring your chin to center. This time, send your arms out long in front of you, palms face each other, thumbs face up. Zip up your legs so they touch. Exhale, push your hips into the mat. Inhale, arms up, chest up, legs up, superhuman. Look up to go up. Your body's gonna follow your gaze. Can you get one more rib off your mat? What about one more inch of thigh? Yes, Mile, pick whatever's harder to lift. Arms or legs, lift that. One more, inhale, higher. Exhale, release. Nice, Joe. Opposite cheek to your mat. Hands back by your hips, palms face up. And just let go. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath moving through you. That prana, that life force that's flowing through you. That's the same prana and life force flowing through every other person in the Zoom chat, every other person on this planet. Just take a moment, send some love, some healing energy out to everyone else in this class, in your community, in your state, in your country, until all that love travels over the entire world. Just take one more inhale. One more exhale, and then flip onto your back. Just keep your head facing the same direction. We're gonna set up for bridge pose. So bend your knees, place the soles of your feet on your mat. And bring your feet in close to your glutes. Send your arms along your sides. So your fingertips might graze your heels, but if they don't quite make it, totally fine. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips up off your mat for bridge. And then you can try to shimmy your shoulders underneath you, maybe interlace your hands underneath you for more leverage. Perhaps walk your feet in a little closer. Send your chest towards your chin rather than your chin towards your chest. Use your feet to press your hips even higher. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, release, lower your hips down. And then bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, little counter stretch. Do something that feels good. If you like compression, you can grab for elbows. If you like the massagey feeling on your spine, you can roll side to side. Really nice. And then bring your feet back down to your mat. Keep your knees bent. Send your arms out wide into a capital letter T. Shift your hips a little to your left. Let your knees fall over to your right. Take a gentle glance over your left arm. You could stay here, let gravity do all the work. You can also bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh just for a little added weight. Some people like to cross their legs here. You can do that. Sometimes if my neck is feeling really tight, I like to roll my head over my right shoulder instead. Kind of stretches out my neck in a different sort of way. You figure out what works for you. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees back to center. And then shift your hips over to the right. Let your knees fall towards your left. Gentle glance over your right arm. And you have all of the options on this side to try out. If you want to get into your shoulder more, your right shoulder, you can cactus your right arm instead of sending it straight. Just kind of soak up all these last moments of class. As the dust starts to settle, start to feel a calm wash over you. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees back to center. Center off your hips. Again, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And from there, press the soles of your feet together. Send your knees out wide for supine butterfly. Interlace your hands around your feet, but if that's not happening today, grab your shins, your ankles. Keep your head down, but tuck your chin so your whole spine is on your mat. Send your tailbone into your mat too. And then pull your feet towards your head. So you're trying to get your feet towards your head, your heart, rather than your groin. It's just a different kind of stretch. Send your breath into the bowl of your pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, open up, happy baby. Grab your feet from the outside. And feel free to make noise. You can flutter your lips. You can take a lion's breath. Do whatever feels good to you. I like to roll side to side, sometimes straighten one leg, then another for a little hamstring stretch. Just be really gentle if you do that. Sometimes it's nice to just be still, really pull your feet down with your hands to get a little more hip stretch, a little more hamstring. Let's take a lion's breath together. Exhale all of your air away. Inhale, scrunch up your face really, really tight. Exhale, stick out your tongue. And then release your grip. Send your legs out long. Let your feet flop open. Close your eyes. Hands can go anywhere that feels right. Let your breathing return to its normal rhythm. Soak up all the benefits of your hard work. Feel for floating and falling through the floor. Just stay where you are. I'll take you out of Shavasana in a moment. Just keep an ear open. Thank you so much for class. My name is Kris. I'm from the Bay Area. I put my Instagram handle in the chat. It's @thisyogiLife. Feel free to follow me, or if you're doing the 14-day challenge for teacher training, you can use it there. Teacher training starts next week, Friday, a week from tomorrow. I'm one of the people that leads it out here on the West Coast. I'd love for you to join us. I know there's a couple people in this group that are doing it, so I'm really excited for their journey. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to me. Yoga to the People has always been and will always be donation-based. Give what you can when you can. I put the link on where to donate. We also have Venmo. I put that in the chat as well. And when you donate, it's not paying for your class. It's taking care of someone else's class who might not have otherwise had access to yoga. It's helping create this community, helping spread this good energy, this beautiful practice to everyone who needs it. And I think the world would be a much better place if everyone did a little more yoga. So thank you for helping spread the word. Share our links on social media, please. And then I'm going to end class the way we always do. Read a quote. We'll take a final breath together, and then I'll bring you out of Shavasana. Rumi said, "Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion." And then one more time, please exhale, empty. Inhale, big belly breath in. Exhale, HA. And start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your head side to side. Then reach your arms up above your head, big full body stretch like it's first thing in the morning. And if you're ready, roll onto your favorite side and push yourself up to seated slowly, head and neck last. Again, my name is Kris. Thank you so much. I'm going to unmute